What's up, YouTube? So in this video topic, I'm gonna talk about the reasons why I will never reincarnate back to Earth or to back to a human form. If reincarnation is real, now me personally, I believe there is an afterlife. I believe once you die, you come back as a soul or a spirit form, and then you have a choice to either reincarnate to the afterlife. I do believe there's different realms out here. I do believe there's different places to be at after you die. Now, I didn't make this up on my own. Of course, I got this from the spiritual community. I got this from the conscious community, and me personally, I do believe how other people in the spiritual community view things as well. We're all unique. Everyone has different beliefs, especially in the spiritual community. Like when I say spiritual community, I'm not talking about like everyone's saying the same shit. No, they're all different. You just got to do your research. But yeah, but like I personally do believe, based on them, that there is an afterlife. That the human's not the only life out there. You could incarnate into different types of bodies, different types of forms, experiencing different types of living situations. Pretty much. I don't know too much about it because I never experienced it, but you actually can. You can astral project. You could try lucid dreaming. There are techniques to doing that. The videos are out there. You just gotta do your research. Um, if you want to learn about more about astral projection, that's pretty much you go into different realms. I think. Type up Serious Inner Temple. He talks about astral projection. I will put the link down below, but let's get to it, right? So if you're watching this video, I'm already assuming you already know what the fuck reincarnation means. I'm assuming you kind of have like an understanding of like spirituality and the afterlife and how I view things. So let's get to it. One of the reasons why I will never reincarnate, if I had a chance to come back here to Earth, if God or someone offers me to come back here after I pass away in this lifetime, I'll say no. Here's the reasons why. Number one, no matter what, you'll always be in some type of conflict. Now, I know if you're thinking like, oh, isn't conflict a good thing? Can't you learn and grow from conflict? Well, here's the thing. Yes, that is the case, but what I've noticed is that like, no matter what, you look at this world around you, right? At least in this timeline, we're being controlled by money, so you can't really do shit. Hang on, I'm about to sneeze. Fuck. But yeah, but where the fuck was I? When it comes to this realm, when it comes to this world, just the fact that you're controlled by money, just the fact that there's enslavement going on, it's been going on for a long time. Just the fact that this world, even this realm, even God even allows this shit to happen. Think about it. If God, just all the evil shit around this world, right? If just the fact that God even allows this shit to happen, you should. It's a good sign that you really shouldn't be here. It's a bad place. Just the fact that a lot of evil and corrupt and bad shit is capable of having relentlessly, you shouldn't really come back here, in my opinion, because it's a very dangerous, very evil fucking place. It wastes your time, and pretty much like all these jobs we're working at. I'm not saying if you're doing your passions, but like in these jobs you can learn from them, but like all that shit, it wastes your time pretty much. But that's the thing. Like I will never reincarnate because of money, because money controls you. Money dictates the types of people you'll be surrounded with, the types of people who you hang around with, the types of people you even will fall in love with, the types of people you start a family with, pretty much. That's one of the downsides of reincarnating back, because like there's a good chance, think about it, even if you reincarnate to a different timeline, there's still going to be some type of enslavement or corruption in some way. If you look at our history, there's always been corruption. There's always been some type of currency enslavement where we're all limited and shit. And you may think like it could be a good thing because if we're all free, what's the word? I think capitalism. I don't know too much about it. I think it's called capitalism, where you don't use money, then people may go more insane. But that's the thing though. It's just the fact that we don't know how to operate without money. You see how there's naturally gonna be more conflict and fights and this and that. That's the thing. There's always conflicts. Like there isn't a system to where like we can't get along, where everything is balanced, where everyone just don't. At least create a system where like we're not fucking enslaved, or like we're not being controlled, or like we're not struggling in a way. You know what I'm saying? But we're all free and safe. That's all we need. That's one of the things. That's the basic needs you need to have a great human experience. Is safety and the perfect balance and freedom. That's it. That's it. Yeah, safety, freedom, and balance. That's pretty much it. Balance in the money system or a currency to the point where we're free, we can do whatever we want, and safety to the point where if someone does some bad shit like serial killing, fucking harming people, have safety so they'll prevent people from doing that shit. That's all. That's the three basic shit we need as humans, honestly. Safety, fucking balance, and freedom. But that's the thing though. I don't want to reincarnate because I don't want to fucking work for money. I'm 25, but I feel like I wasted damn near all my life just for working, man. Don't get me wrong, I've met great people, I've gained some experiences, but just the fact that you gotta work a shitty job to where you don't want to be here just so you can meet new people, at least that's for my case, because growing up, I still don't have a car, so like I couldn't meet people like that. Once I have my own car, I will like go out, meet people, go on dates, because I like learning about human behavior. I like experiences. I'm like a free soul. I like experiencing new shit, but like um I had to work a job just to meet different types of people, and I came across a lot of toxic people too. And it was nice making money, but you shouldn't really have to sacrifice your time, your energy just to work a shitty job just to make money. That shit makes no sense. Reason number, yeah, no, let me get to it. Yeah, so money does control you, and like just the fact that like me, I came from a very abusive family, right? Very toxic, dysfunctional family. I don't like these people. I don't want to be around them. But guess what? I couldn't move out the house. You know why? Yes, you know why, exactly. Because of money. Because money, it was basically controlling my living situations, controlling, like, I had no control over who I'm supposed to live with or be surrounded with. And that's the problem. It's because of money. I swear to God, money is so fucking evil, man. Like, people may say, I hate people who preach hard work, this and that. It's true, but like, like fuck off, because like money controls, at the end of the day, still controls you. Your money's bitch. It controls you. It dictates whatever the fuck you want to do. And that's one of the reasons why I never want to reincarnate. Fuck that, man. Like, this realm, this fucking realm, this earth place is a fucking shithole, man. How the fuck you being controlled by money, bro? You can't even, it's dangerous, because like you can be surrounded by very harmful people. Like my case, I was surrounded by dysfunctional families. There's been a history of fucking physical violence, fucking mental abuse, verbal abuse, just all this violent, dysfunctional ass shit, man. There are times where I had to hide from my family in my room. Like, I'd be in my room all day hiding from them. I did not feel safe around them. Yeah, that's the type of shit I had to experience. You know why? Because money controlled me. If money never existed, or we weren't controlled by money, then yeah, I would have got my own place, and I would have been fucking dipped. I'm away from them now. My only option was to join the military, so I get the fuck away from them. But I don't even like the military like that, man. It's bullshit, man. I'll make another video about that. It's just annoying, bro. Fuck, man. Motherfuckers is weird out here, but yeah, man. Shit, military is dangerous too, because like there's a good chance like you could go to war, you could die, you could lose a leg, you could lose an arm, you could lose your hearing, this and that. The reason why I joined the military, so I could get the fuck out of the way, so I could get the fuck away from my family situation, man. Basically, but like it's like the ghetto or some shit. And that's and you gotta even put in that situation, in my opinion. That's sad. I'm not the only one that had to do that. A lot of people join the military so they could get away from their living situations. It does prepare you for success though, but it's still a risk of like losing your body parts pretty much, or dying, but I guess dying can be a good thing too, because you ain't gotta deal with this realm. I don't mind leaving this realm. I'm not suicidal or anything. I just don't want to feel the pain of dying, you know what I'm saying? And plus, no one got time. It's not gonna look good. But if I were to die by accident, honestly, I wouldn't have a fucking problem. As long as I don't feel the pain, and as long as it was by like a conflicting situation, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, where was I? But yeah, so like, since money controls you, I feel like it's very underrated, because when money controls you, right? You pretty much have no control over who you're living with, who you surround yourself with, this and that. You have no control over that, and it's like, like it's very dangerous. It's a very bad idea. You really shouldn't put yourself in that position to where you're not comfortable living with certain people and you can't get out of that situation because of money. You know, I'm repeating myself, but again, money, man. Fuck, man. Imagine you're married, right? And like, if you divorce, supposedly as the male, as a husband, you lose most of your money. The woman has all the money, this and that, and like, it fucks up your family system. Some people got to pay a lot of child support. Some men can't even hang out or see their kids because of these selfish ass fucked up females. Females are evil, bro. Not all females, but most of them. Y'all evil as shit. Females, not all of you females, not all, but most of y'all are very narcissistic and very, yeah. Like, y'all ain't got shit to offer. Like, don't get me started with that shit, man. Okay, no, not all, but some. But like, the only thing me females got to offer is some shit between their legs. But that's pretty much it. And even then, y'all still can't live up to your fucking standards. Y'all can't even treat people with basic respect. Y'all so damn stuck up. Not all of y'all, but like, usually most females around my age, y'all fucking stuck up. This is why there's one guy. There's one person on a spiritual conscious community. He mentioned like, how come there's less females that are actual spiritual. There's less females that have spiritual channels like that. And he made a good point, because I feel like most men are more conscious than the average female, but that's just my opinion. Not all, but most. Anyways, maybe I'm probably just bitter, because I'm probably just bitter. I probably just view women differently because I've been around very shitty women in my life. I have a shitty mother. I've went through shitty ex-partners, very narcissistic, very selfish. So maybe I have something against females, but who knows? But hey, at least I admit it, so I won't let y'all get the wrong idea. Of course, I love females, this and that, but okay, not all, not or most, but like some. I'll say some. Some females are narcissistic, just like males are narcissists, just like females. So there's an even balance between that. But anyways, what else? Where was I? But yeah, but like, see, it's so risky. So like, you really shouldn't be put in that situation to the point where like, where you have to reincarnate to a fucking realm where you're being controlled. How the fuck we gotta pay for food and water? You know how fucking crazy that is? Because of money? I don't understand that. Like, why would you reincarnate back here if you're put in a situation where you're enslaved, where God allows these type of rules to happen? You gotta pay for fucking food and water? This means that bullshit. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck out of here, man. And I personally believe that the universe wouldn't put you in fucked up situations like that. It all depends, in my opinion, about how you live in the past lives and past life karma and this and that. But even then, like, just the fact that you're even capable of creating bad karma in this fucking realm, in these rules, and the fact that you gotta suffer because of that, just the fact that you're capable of doing that, and the possibility of you creating bad shit so you can experience bad shit, you shouldn't really be here. It's like a death trap. Because think about it. I don't know too much about the afterlife or how other realms are after you pass away, but I'm assuming you're a spirit, right? Or you're a soul. Then bam, you can do whatever you want without harming anyone, because you're still a soul. You're not any human flesh, so you can't really harm anyone. You just mind your own business. But once you reincarnate to human flesh, and let's say you do some bad shit, then bam, you created bad karma for yourself. Now you yourself have to experience bad shit, and you know how fucked up that is. That sounds like a death trap, in my opinion. I don't want to reincarnate to a death trap. I'm aware too. If I were to die today, right now, I still have karma. I still have karma I haven't dealt with. I've accidentally harmed people. There are times I've hurt people. I've harmed people. I've have a lot of regrets towards how I treated people. I regretted wasting people's time, this and that. So more than likely, I have karmic debt I still need to pay off. And my theory why I have to experience so much bullshit in my current lifetime is because I have a lot of karma and karmic debt. Karma keeps you stuck. It keeps you in a constant cycle of bullshit, pretty much. But you get where I'm saying. I hope I'm making sense. Again, I won't make a part 2 because right now I'm tired as shit. I came back from work. My energy's low, but and all these videos I make is based on intuition. I want in the future write what the fuck I want to write down. Then I'll make videos. But so I get more to depth. But like, But you get what I'm saying is that like you could create karma automatically, and you could fucking like create back karma for yourself, you know. But yeah, also another thing, and my second reason, um, the human body. Now let me get more to detail. So for the human body, no matter what, if you reincarnate as a human form, no matter what, you're gonna, as a human body, the human body is naturally gonna age. It's gonna grow old and wrinkly and weak and fragile. You're not gonna look pretty. Let's be real. When you get old, you look ugly. I'm just being real. And who the hell wants to have wrinkles? Who the hell wants to be fragile? Who the hell wants to be in a position where they can't even walk? Who the hell wants to lose their hearing? Who the hell wants to lose their eyesight like that? Like, not me. Fuck. Who the hell wants to be put in a situation to where like you're conscious and aware of the fact that you can't do shit without like help because your body's so fragile? Because when you're like 99 years old, you're still alive. Yeah, you can't take a shower on your own. You can't run on your own. You can't eat on your own. You need help. You're basically a baby again. But what's more disturbing about like growing really old is that like you're pretty much a baby, right? Physically, but you're more like a self-aware, conscious baby. And you know how fucking disturbing and fucking crazy that is? Think about it. So like when you're growing old, right? It's like I'm not sure how your mind develops when you grow older, like 99, because maybe your brain will die out, maybe your mind will die out. So I'm not sure how it is, but still though, like it's just disturbing, man. But like, let's say you are aware, like you can't move, you can't take a shower, you have to have someone watch you 24/7. Me, I'm very big on privacy. I don't want someone helping me take a shit or someone helping me taking a piss or taking a fucking shower so I can wash my balls and ass. You know how fucking weird and fucking disturbing that is? I don't want someone to watch me or help me do that shit. But I have no choice because I'm old, because my body's too fucking fragile. And that's one of the things I don't want to reincarnate here, because it's so disturbing being put in that situation. The human flesh is so weak and so fragile. This shit sounds like hell. We're in hell right now, man. Fuck. Very disturbing. So like, that's the thing. So that's the reason why I never want to reincarnate back here, is because like you could, like, your human body, man, like it's so easy for you to develop traumas. And me, I'm currently trying to heal trauma. I need a lot of therapy work, different types of therapy. I need energy healing. I need trauma therapy healing. I need like I've been through some traumatic experiences, evolving family members, fights. I need a lot of inner child healing, especially. I have a lot of shit I need to work on, and I can see how my trauma is playing out in my life. It's making my life worse, actually. Fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being good enough, but I feel like all that is spiritual too. I feel like it's God's fault in a way. I'll get that in a later topic, but that's one of the things that sucks about like being a human, because it's like, as a baby, think about it. Just observe the whole collective. Observe people in the spiritual community, observe people in the conscious community. You can even search up on YouTube, right? I need some water, bro. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm tired. I just got up too. Okay, where was I? Okay, so when you're a baby, right? When you're a kid, when you're a child, just the fact that everyone, I mean, not even that, but like, yeah, it's so easy for you to develop trauma and abandonment wounds and rejection wounds, and like there's all these inner child wounds, right? And as you grow older, it fucks you up as an adult, right? It fucks you up. So since it fucks you up as an adult, you can't even function properly in today's society, right? Right, because like you're going crazy. You're going to develop a lot of fucking crazy traumas, this and that. You hear people talking about their life experiences. You hear people talking about like how you hear people talk about their own traumas, their own painful experiences, this and that, right? Like, it's all over YouTube, especially in today's generation, especially in the Gen Z era. I understand other generations are experiencing this shit too. They're having sudden realizations, but like, I'm 25, so I'm considered Gen Z. I feel like a lot of people my generation especially, they're starting to become more self-aware and awaken the fact that like they're not right in the head, that like everyone's aware of generational curses, everyone is aware of being born into dysfunctional families, everyone is aware, like people are becoming quote unquote more sensitive, this and that, because of the energies of the ascension symptoms, this and that. So of course people are developing a lot of trauma. You're hearing a lot of words. You hear a lot of people talk about narcissistic personality disorders, and yeah, personality disorders, narcissism, empaths, empathy, codependency. A lot of people are having relationship problems these days. Divorces are increasing higher. You're just hearing about all this shit, right? And all that deals with trauma. Even with school shootings, you hear about like a lot of mass school shootings. Before Gen Z, that shit would never happen. But now, my era, Gen Z era, people around my age, or obviously younger since they're in high school or middle school, they're out here shooting up schools and shit. Like, you know how crazy that is, and all the like people, like the suicide rate is going up. A lot of people are committing suicides. They're creating a lot of crimes. People are going crazy. People are killing themselves alive on Facebook, on social media, all over, right? You hear all these people getting kidnapped, this and that, right? It's insane. You hear about a lot of domestic violence abuse, this and that, and like, yeah, of course, all that deals with trauma, all that deals with not getting their needs met as a child. And like, I learned this from my tarot reader. She mentioned that like, not even that, yeah, that too, but like a lot of people in the spiritual community, conscious community, they talk about how trauma affects the human body, how trauma is affecting everyone in today's society. It's always been affecting everyone, but in this specific generation we're in, it's now coming more, it's more coming into light. It's being exposed pretty much, you know, according to people in the spiritual community, conscious community, and certain channels, you know. A lot of people do talk about this shit. This shit's crazy. Go check out New Mindframe's channel. She even talks about like one of her channels is pretty much dedicated to trauma, like to trauma, how to heal, this and that, like generational curses. She talks about her experiences of trauma, this and that, and she's really good. And I learned a lot from her. And like, this is where she gets her knowledge from, you know, just experiences, just wisdom, dealing with trauma, you know. And just the fact that like, if you're born as a baby, if you're born as a child, it's so easy for you to develop a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, a lot of mental baggage, this and that. It shows how weak the human body is. Like, why is it that the human body has to, like, why is the human body so fragile? Why is the human mind is so weak? Why is the human body so capable of developing so much fucking trauma day by day, year by year, minute by minute, man? And that's one of the reasons why I do not want to reincarnate here. Me, I'm 25, but I have so much healing to do. I have so much inner child work I need to do, and it's gonna take a long ass time. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. It is extremely fucking painful, and I'm still struggling to seek therapy help because like I'm too fucking embarrassed. And not only that, but time is speeding up, so there's naturally gonna be a lot of conflict. You don't have time to do anything these days, and like more than likely a therapist isn't gonna be good for you because they all operate at the same method. They're all very like robotic, and especially someone spiritual and they know a lot about spirituality, they're very self-aware. If you have a therapist that's very robotic, it's just gonna fuck you up even more. It's gonna be frustrating. So that's the type of shit people got to deal with. You know, it's insane. It really is insane. What else? Yeah, I'm gonna fix my beanie. But yeah, but that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I never reincarnated. The human body is so fragile and weak. Oh, not only that, but the human body, it has a lot of pain receptors. It has like, it's so easy for the human body to develop heart attacks, to have seizures, to feel overwhelmed, to experience anxiety. There's a lot of heart pains, a lot of heart palpitations, passing out, passing away. Just the human body is so temporary, it's so fragile, and it's so weak to the point where you really shouldn't enjoy being a human like that. Because no matter what, I'm struggling with this shit too. Like every day, I'm experiencing some type of human pains. Not only that, but it's so easy to experience depression, mental depression. You know, like a lot of people are having mental health issues these days, man, and it's crazy. Not only that, but like the human, like all the foods we eat is so bad for you, man. So it's like it's hard for you to even stay healthy because the human body, you can't even keep up with that. If you keep eating like shit, your human body is gonna naturally fucking get fat. Is not gonna be healthy, and you're gonna die quicker, and it's just insane. There's this one channel, right? This guy's his name is Sacred Serpent, right? So what he'll do, he talks about like how much basically the average human body, they have a lot of fecal matter or feces, or they have like a lot of shit inside the human body system, inside the organs, not organs, I forgot where, but they have a lot of fecal matter shit pretty much residue inside the human bodies, right? And you're supposed to get rid of all that shit. I forgot what supplies he uses. Me personally, I don't want to try that shit out because I feel like it's nasty and I feel like it's disturbing. I'll probably try in the future, but it's very disturbing. Like the human body is so gross, man. Like I personally like the human body. It freaks me out. It's really fucking gross. I'm not into shit like that, but he made a good point where like pretty much what he would do is like he used different types of devices and shit. Just go look at Sacred Serpent. He's really good. He's very spiritual. I really love his channel, but like, and he's a hard worker. I love the content he creates. But what I'm trying to get at, basically, you have a lot of toxicity and residue inside your body, right? And you got to use like I think it's called enemas or whatever. No, I mean, and there's more stuff too. But like you got to use a device where you got to get rid of all that fecal matter, all that residue out of your body. And he mentions that like the average American has over, I think 20 to 50 pounds of fecal matter of like residue inside the human bodies because of all the unhealthy foods they're eating. And not only that, even if you eat healthy, naturally food is going to get stuck in your human body system. This is why you gotta fast. This is why it's so important to fasting. It's so important to taking in sunlight, because as human beings, supposedly we're not meant to eat as much. We're destined to eat like small amounts, proportions of food. People used to fast a lot back then, this and that. Even spirituality is about fasting too. Supposedly fasting is very healing for the human body. But he mentions that like when you get rid of all that fecal matter, all that residue, all that shit out of your system, what's gonna happen is that like you're gonna feel more light. You're gonna feel more free. You're gonna feel more like just adjust yourself pretty much, and it's gonna be easier for you. You can have a longer range of motion. You're gonna feel more lighter. You're gonna feel more better, pretty much. You're gonna feel more healthier. You're gonna have more mental clarity. Not only that, but like supposedly the average human being, they all have like worms. So we all have like tapeworms or some type of like insects or bacteria, or not even bacteria, but like some type of insects inside our human bodies, and we have to get all that shit out. And all that was because of the foods we eat, of all the toxins we intake, all of the bacteria we accidentally consume by not washing our hands when we eat, or like food being exposed to the public, like flies touching it, people accidentally touching it, just being exposed like that. All the pesticides, all the GMOs, this and that, all the injections. Yeah, of course you're gonna develop insects, and there's so much insects all over the world. So like you're gonna develop some type of insects inside your body. This is where you get your worms or tapeworms. I don't want to know how much we have. It's disturbing, but like that's the truth, you know. And that's one of the reasons why I would never want to reincarnate back to a human, because it's like you have so much parasites. Yeah, they're called parasites. Yeah, parasites, and it's so easy to develop infections within the human body. You see reports of people having like AIDS, COVID-19, the fucking coronavirus, chicken pox, monkeypox. Some people may say it's fake, it's a hoax, it's a government scam, but others may say it's real. Regardless, just the fact that there's so much diseases, even back in human history, there've been so much reports of diseases and shit. So it's like the human body is so capable of developing so much diseases and shit, you know. And not only that, but like just the fact that we have um okay, no, my third reason, right? My third reason, no, actually no. Let me get to my second reason. As a human, right? When you're born into any type of family, I use myself as an example. Me, I'm born into a family where they have a history of having bad eyesight. Me, I used to wear glasses, right? I mean, I say I do wear glasses, but like I'm wearing contacts now. I'm wearing contact lenses, right? Tell me why my family has a history of having horrible eyesight, where they all have to wear glasses, and they all have to wear contact lenses, right? And guess what with me? I'm pretty much a victim of their physical dysfunctions. No, it's not my family's fault. Whoever the fuck started this shit, just the fact that you can be born into any type of bloodline, any type of family, and pretty much their physical and mental curses can be passed down to you, such as poor eyesight, diabetes, fucking high blood pressure, and ADD, ADHD, all these mental dysfunctions, these mental disabilities, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that now. Now you have no control over that. You know how fucked up that is? So why would you want to reincarnate and risk being put into that situation again? Now I understand from a spiritual perspective, like based according to the spiritual community, according to the conscious community, there's different reasons behind that. Like people may say, oh, it depends how you lived in your past life. Like let's say you've done a lot of bad shit in a past life, and in this lifetime you're gonna be born with a mental dysfunction, with a physical body dysfunction, or you're gonna be born and raised to a very dysfunctional family based on the poor decision makings and based on where your soul wanted you to experience for your own evolution, or just naturally either that or just naturally you create a lot of bad karma for yourself to where you got to experience all that shit now. But like I said before, that's fine. But just the fact that you're in no realm, you're in a world where they allow these types of regulations to even happen, you shouldn't really be here. Just the fact that God even allows these rules to happen, just the fact that you're allowed to create bad karma to the point where it'll fuck you up in the long run, you shouldn't really be here. It's a death trap, pretty much. It's a fucking death trap versus being in the afterlife as a spirit, as a soul, being free from the bullshit. You could wander, you could roam around in the afterlife, exploring different realms, different worlds, or just minding your own business, creating your own reality, creating your own creations. Since the afterlife is very limitless, since an astral realm it's very limitless, you can create your own shit. People talk about when they astral project or when they have access to their past lives, especially serious in the temple, you could create any life you want in the afterlife, pretty much. Even you hear people talking about in the fifth dimension, in these higher dimensional realms, it's better and it's a lot less bullshit and there's less violence and corruption and enslavement in these higher realms. The higher realms, the better. That's pretty much what people talk about. Now, I'm not sure if they're telling the truth. I'm not sure if it's a real thing, but let's say if it is real, then why would you still want to reincarnate here? This shit makes no sense. Honestly, the reasons why people would rather reincarnate here, me included, is so we can either prove ourselves, and that's also like in a trick and in the mind of fuck in itself. Because like I said before in my other videos, I feel like what God will do, God will like kind of convince you or manipulate you to a situation to where like he'll try to force you to make you reincarnate by telling you that, okay, since in this lifetime you've experienced having no females into your life, you were a virgin your whole life, you never had a wife, you never had a girlfriend in this life. If you were to reincarnate in this next lifetime after since you're dead in the afterlife, right? If God tells you if you want to reincarnate as a human and into Earth again, what I'm gonna do is all the things you didn't experience in your previous life, you're going to experience in this lifetime. You're gonna experience having a wife, having a girlfriend, getting pussy, getting females, this and that, making a lot of money. You get to experience having that. So once you do that, bam, not only you're a human again, you have to experience all the bullshit again, and most likely you're gonna create more karma for yourself because naturally as a human being, you're bound to make mistakes. Shit happens. This world, there's naturally a lot of conflict in this fucking world, right? So of course you're gonna create a lot of karma for yourself regardless. So that's going to happen, you know? And yes, you may experience the things you lacked, but like at the same time, who's to say that you also experience some type of next level pain you never experienced before? Shit, you might be born into a very violent, dysfunctional family. You might have a physical disease such as poor eyesight or being deaf, or like you might get seriously injured by having a fucking car crash and now you're disabled. You know what I'm saying? So like you just really never know. No matter what, especially as a human, having the human experience, you're naturally gonna be put into to you're naturally going to be put into a situation to where like it's gonna be very disturbing, because just observe your life, observe my life. Yes, there's a lot of good shit I'm experiencing, but there's also a lot of bad shit I'm experiencing as well, which I'd rather not deal with, you know, such as being controlled and enslaved by money, being forced to be around people I don't want to work with, being working at shitty jobs I'd rather not be in, but I have to be in order for me to make money, so I can have a car, so I can travel and meet new people, because that's the only way for you to find love and to develop friendships and to meet people at your own level, is if you work a bullshit 9 to 5 job, wait years just to buy a decent car so you can have a good chance of meeting your types of people, which is you're basically trying to chase freedom pretty much. And that's one of the reasons why, that's one of my desires. I just want to be free. No amount, like, I'm not worried about making a certain amount of money. I just want to make enough money to the point where I'm free, to the point where I don't have to worry about how much I make. I don't have to worry about, I want to do everything on my own, you know? I don't want, if like, my goal in this life is to be put in a situation to where, like, if I don't like you in person, I don't want to be around with you, and I could just leave you in an instant, just like that. Not in a disrespectful way, but in a way like where I feel like if I'm not vibing with you, I'd rather not be around you, and I have the power to not have you be in my life, you know? Or at a work situation, I have the power to leave whenever I want because I don't like it. When you're free from money, you ain't gotta tolerate disrespect. You ain't gotta tolerate bullshit behavior from people. You ain't gotta tolerate wasting your time, pretty much. Because since we're being controlled by money, our time is being fucked over. We're being fucked over as a collective, as a society. So you really shouldn't reincarnate here, in my opinion. Hopefully there's better worlds. Hopefully there's better realms out there. Because Earth seems really shitty. If you're really logical, if you think about Earth and the human experience in a logical way, it's actually very shitty, to be honest. Now I understand there's good parts too. This is gonna be a long video, but there are good parts to being a human versus, like, for example, you could experience love, you could experience having a family you love, you could experience meeting, you could develop very strong friendships, you could experience being rich, you could experience living very wonderful, beautiful life experiences. Like, let's say if you play sports, you have a lot of great memories playing sports. So there are pros and cons to being a human, but in my opinion, I feel like the pros outweighs, the cons outweighs the pros in my opinion. But as I stated before, if you're a fucking human, right? And yes, you're having all these great memories, you know, you're fucking, like, you have a great family, you have a great wife, you're making great money, you have a great job, you have a great career. But at the end of the day, man, you're still gonna old. Well, at least how I look at it. Like, I don't want to grow old to the point where I'm 99, because I don't want to be put in a very vulnerable, fragile situation to the point where anyone has the power to really abuse me or to, like, beat my ass at a fucking nursing facility, you know, behind closed doors. I don't want to be put in situations where, like, I need someone to watch over me 24/7 so I could take a shower, so I could take a shit, so I could use a bathroom, so I could put my clothes on, so I could eat. Pretty much being a baby, a more self-aware baby all over again. Dying a very slow, painful death, because I've seen someone passed away from an old age before, so I'm not with that, you know? I'm just not. That's one of the things that disturbs me. But not only that, but there's so much like growing up. If you're a human, especially living in the Matrix, 9 times out of 10, most people, especially all over America, they're not happy with the jobs they're working in because they rather not be there. Who the hell wants to be controlled and be? They gotta be forced to work at a certain fucking job, being paid minimum wage. Like I've seen an article to where hang on, I gotta lay down. Give me 1 second. Hang on. Okay, hang on. All right. Just the fact that should I get another pillow? Give me 1 second. Okay. Just the fact that you gotta work a job, right? You gotta work. You gotta be forced to work a job to where like this shit, like that job, like it dictates when to show up, how much you're getting paid, and you're wasting your time pretty much. So that's not gonna really help you. You're pretty much wasting your life. You're not living your best life if you're working a job that's forcing you to hang on. Yeah, that's forcing you to be somewhere you don't want to be in. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it'll give you money. Yes, it'll give you the necessary tools you need to live a good life. But like, no one's really actually enjoying their life. There's a lot of things that are wrong about this matrix. Everything's backwards, man. We really shouldn't have to like sacrifice our own sleep, sacrifice our own health to the point where we have to earn little amounts of money to where we're trying to experience some type of close freedom as much as possible. At the end of the day, as human beings, we all desire freedom. We all want to be free. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about if you love what you do for work. That's different. But still, though, just the fact that if you love what you do for work, there's a good chance that you still have to wake up a certain time. You still have to meet certain types of expectations, this and that, where you're technically still being controlled, which I guess it depends how you look at it. Some people may enjoy that, some people may don't, but you get what I'm saying. You're still participating in the matrix. I understand you're gonna participate in the matrix regardless, but I don't know, man. It's just what I'm trying to say is that like I'm not talking about everyone, but like 80% or a high 90% of people, they're not happy with their life situations. You know, you really shouldn't have to work for a house. You really shouldn't have to pay for food and water. Naturally, when you're a human, you should automatically have your own place. You should automatically have access to different types of foods, different types of waters, like clean water, like showering, this and that. Why the fuck do we gotta pay for all that? It makes no sense. Isn't it crazy how like as a human, you need a car and it's very necessary, right? But at the same time, all these cars we're driving is creating a lot of pollution to the Earth's atmosphere. So supposedly, all the cars smog or all the cars smoke or the gases from these cars, supposedly it's bad for the Earth's environment. There's someone in this conscious community. Her name is He Sees Us All. She made a video to where this guy, right? He actually supposedly he got poisoned and he died the day after he signed a contract with the military. Like I think he invented like an engine to where you can use it to your vehicle and it won't pollute the earth. It won't do that. I forgot what it was called. I forgot his name. But he pretty much died and passed away right after he signed a contract with the military. So the military could use his inventions and creations. And literally the day after he signed his contract with the military, he died the next day. So that comes to show like maybe this world we live in, maybe it really is corrupt. Maybe there is a lot of evil shit that we don't know nothing about. You hear theories of people getting assassinated, by people getting killed off, especially like celebrities, famous athletes, this and that. Who the fuck knows what be going down behind closed doors? You know, you hear people in the Illuminati talk about um, they sold their soul to the devil, this and that. There's a lot of child trafficking, this and that, all this crazy shit, right? So you just never know. But where was I? So a third reason to why I want everyone to reincarnate is a lot of evilness in this world. So a lot of violence, a lot of crazy shit in this world, right? So let me get started. If you look at Earth's history, right, there's been a lot of history of like wars, battles, fighting, and violence, right? Um, I don't know about you, man, but like I'm not one of those people that's all love and light. Yes, people box, people fight for fun. There's nothing wrong with that, but like when it gets to the point where like people are having wars for greed, for territories, people don't know how to share, for dominance and control, and people lives are getting killed, people are suffering because of that. Why the hell would you want to come back to a realm where where these rules are allowed? Do you want to experience a possibility be put into a war and getting killed off or worse captured? I've seen videos of, I think it was Russia and Ukraine, where certain, I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but basically I've seen a video on YouTube to where like some soldiers were being captured, right, and they're put into prison, and these other group of soldiers did like that were against that one soldier, like the enemy, when they captured the enemy, guess what they were doing? There's two soldiers and there's one soldier in a jail cell, right? That one soldier, he was stabbing the shit out of his. He was stabbing this other soldier. I think he was in handcuffs, but like it was like in a prison. I don't know how I found that video, but it was during the Russia and Ukraine war. Um, it was two Ukrainians. Nah, I don't want to name it, but like two soldiers, right? They fucking captured this one soldier, and this one soldier, he kept stabbing the shit out of this other soldier around the heart and chest area, and it was live. I saw the whole video. Like I forgot what that soldier had. It was like a huge ass blade. It wasn't a knife. I think it was a knife, but it was like a machete. It was a very long like sword, and like he was stabbing the shit out of that soldier in the heart chest area. He was stabbing him alive, and I think that other soldier that was getting stabbed up, I think he had handcuffs on, or like, yeah, he had handcuffs, I think, so you couldn't break free. And like imagine getting stabbed alive, and like he was screaming in so much pain and terror, and like imagine that. Like imagine you're a soldier and you're going to war, then you're being captured, and now you're in handcuffs, you can't really do anything. Like they stripped all of your shits, right, and they're stabbing the shit out of you in your chest and your heart area. They're just stabbing the shit out of you, right? And then you're screaming in pain and terror. Like you stabbed him alive until he died off, right? And that's what happened in the video. They kept stabbing the shit out of that one soldier. Like it was the most disturbing scream ever, rightfully so, because like he was in so much pain. And then when that happened, he eventually died, and he stopped screaming, and it was just awful, man. There's a lot of evil people. Like this world is very evil. It's a very evil place, you know. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to reincarnate, because like it's a good possibility you could be put into that situation. There's so much world wars going on. There's so much like chaos going on. Who the fuck knows what goes behind closed doors, you know? And it's sad, you know. Why can't we all? Again, I don't have solutions or the answers to make this world a better place, but it's like, you know, what can you do about it? Just the fact that we're in this position to the point where we have wars, where people have to fight for their freedoms, people have to fight to live in certain areas. Just the fact that shit like this happens, like, you really shouldn't be here, you know? You really shouldn't reincarnate here, because it's a very bad idea. Um, yeah, but like not only that, but like you observe animals, right? You see how Mother Nature is. You see animals killing each other, eating each other up relentlessly. You know, it kind of like makes you think like, God damn, you see all these creatures getting eaten up. Like you see crocodiles just eating a fucking deer, just snapping all of his bones off. I've seen videos of animals getting eaten alive by a gang of animals, this and that. Like, it's very fucked up, man. Imagine reincarnating into a fucking animal. Like, let's say, for example, you're a deer, right? And then a crocodile sneaks up on you and starts biting the shit out of you. You know how fucking crazy that is? Like, that's insane. Like, this world is so hellish. I don't know why God created this shit, to be honest. Like, I wonder what was going through God's mind when he's like, hey, let me create all this disturbing, evil shit to where, like, human beings have pain receptors. They can feel pain 24/7. Where I'm allow enslavement. I'm allow people getting controlled by money. Where I'm have animals experience a lot of torture in the wildlife. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's not right, man. But then God expects us to rely on him or her, to pray for him or her, even though God is the one that created this hellish existence in the first place. But you want us to worship you? That shit, I never understood that. I'm not atheist or anything. I do believe in a God. I do believe in the universe. But I'm just saying, like, there's something off about that. You know, it does make you think and question, like, what the fuck? You know, but it is what it is. Another reason why I don't want to reincarnate here is what else? I have more reasons. I just forgot. What else? Oh, okay, I got one. One of the reasons why you shouldn't reincarnate here is because you will lack a lot of knowledge becoming a human being. Now, what I mean by that, let me get up. When you're a human being, right? You're naturally gonna not have any knowledge because just the fact that you're a human being, right? Think about it. We don't have access to our past lives like that. We don't know who God is. We don't know what God looks like. We can't see angels. We can't see demons. We're not psychic like that. We can't invent anything without some type of spiritual knowledge, right? How do we even know all the information we're getting from YouTube is even real? So if you reincarnate as a human being, you're very limited. So you have no hang on. As a human being, you're very limited and you have no knowledge, you have no access to information on how you on your past lives, on your ancestral history. You have no idea who you are. You don't even know your purpose on why you're even here. That in itself shows no matter what, we're always gonna lack knowledge. We're gonna lack the spiritual knowledge because if you think about it, have you realized that most of our knowledge and the reason why we want to learn shit is because it all deals back with spirituality. It all deals back with to God pretty much. We all want to know about God. We all want to get closer to God. We all rely on God. We all rely on our creations. We're all trying to find outlets to help soothe us. We're all trying to find heaven pretty much. This is why I did, like, even crackheads, even people that use cocaine, even people that smoke, even people with addictions in general. It could be, it doesn't have to be drugs. It could be any type of addiction. The reason why we do that is so we could what? Is so we could feel good. Is so we could feel that natural high. And in these higher realms in the afterlife, you feel that natural high. You feel closer to God. You feel like you're home pretty much. That's that love feeling. That's that high feeling. If you're it it deals with your endorphins, your feel good hormones. So when you experience that shit, right, that's what we're all looking for. But since as human beings, we don't. Yes, we have knowledge about it, but since we can't even have access to it like that 24/7, it's like what the fuck. Like, I feel like before you reincarnate to a human, I feel like since we're in the afterlife, right? So of course we have a lot of knowledge about the afterlife, about spirituality. We know what who God is, who our creator is, who the universe is. We know more about the laws of the universe because we're always put at a dream state. We're always in the astral realm if you're away from the human flesh, right? People in the conscious community, people in the spiritual community, they talk about how like being a human, you're pretty much becoming a human being, you're pretty much imprisoning your soul. So your soul isn't free. You're trapped in a human vessel, which makes sense because it's so easy for you to experience and feel pain at a human physical body. The human body limits you. You know why? This world limits you because one, you have to do so much shit just to activate your kundalini. You have to do so much shit just to astral project, just to lucid dream. There's Look at YouTube channels. People that are exposing the government, people that talk about spirituality, mostly in their channels, what do they get? They get shadow banned, their channels get deleted, or some people may even die or get harmed because of that. You know, this is where you get your celebrities getting assassinated, or like rappers. Because if you do your research, I'm not saying it's accurate all the time, but like usually when rappers they're trying to speak the truth, or you see them exposing the government in some way, they always end up getting assassinated in some way. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple of like great spiritual YouTube channels to where their whole channel's gotten deleted. That happened with Young Pharaoh. That happened with RFG Chosen One. Like these two would make great spiritual videos. They had a lot too. They had like over 200, 300 videos, but both of their channels gotten deleted. You know, it's even happened with New Mind Frame. New Mind Frame. She made a video about how to. It's called "How to Send Your Brain or Your Mind Subliminal Messages," so you can be more on a self-love healing journey. So you could send your own mind or your brain subliminal self-love messages. So you could reprogram your subconscious mind. So you could love yourself more, pretty much. Well, her video, with that video gotten shadow banned or deleted from YouTube because it's against copyrights. No, it's not like copyrights because it's against YouTube's guidelines, pretty much. And I'm just like, first off, her video has been up there for like 4 to 5 years. I remember when she first made her channel, I was there, and like I remember that video. Now 5 years later, YouTube is just gonna decide to delete it because it's against their guidelines. That makes no sense. So clearly, one of the reasons why I don't want to reincarnate here is because you're so like detached from your true self. You're detached from spiritual knowledge. We don't have access to knowledge like that because if we push out knowledge, our YouTube videos get shadow banned, we get assassinated, we get killed off, or we'll get deleted or blocked, pretty much. So you pretty much don't have as much access to spiritual information as you will have before you're reincarnated. When you're human, when you're a spirit, when you're in soul form, when you're in the afterlife form, pretty much. Again, just the fact that as human beings, we don't have access to our past lives. We don't have access to like the afterlife. We can't really communicate with our creator like that. Unless, yeah, just the fact that we can't do that, it shows how very limited we are as human beings, you know? And I feel like it is possible to communicate to God. It is possible to access our past lives. I know the exact steps. It's just, one, I don't want to do it because one, is too much work. Two, is too overwhelming to the point where my body can't deal with it. And three, it's very scary to have information like that. So I'd rather not do it, you know? But it sucks, man. You know? I feel like as human beings, we're very limited too because we can't really do much without technology. Now, don't get me wrong, technology really is important, and I really love technology. I feel like my life path deals with technology. Just the fact that I'm making YouTube videos that deals with technology. I love working with computers. I love technology. I love it. I love YouTube. I love YouTube. I even have a YouTube subscription membership because I fucking love it. Ad free membership. I have YouTube Premium because I love using the internet a lot. But just the fact that as humans you can't really do anything without the internet. It shows how vulnerable and how much we lack a lot of information because of the internet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We need smartphones, this and that. Supposedly, there's a lot of hidden like technology out there that the government is hiding from us. That's very safe. That doesn't deal with radiation. I personally do believe in that. I personally believe that the government is hiding a lot of secret information and secret technologies that are so advanced from us. I do believe that. So, what else? This video. And one of the reasons why I don't want to reincarnate is what else? There's a lot of reasons, but it's a long video. Uh, Soul contracts, right? So I might end this video soon, but long story short, I personally believe I got this from the conscious community and spiritual community too. But before you reincarnate, supposedly you before you reincarnate, you have soul contracts. You have to deal with a lot of karmic depth. This is where you get your karmic connections from. This is where you get your dysfunctional families. All these are karmic situations. Even at workplaces too, like um, you could be put into very dysfunctional, toxic work environments. All that deals with karma for your own soul's evolution. When it deals with karma, it could be for any type of reason. It could be maybe you did some bad shit in a past life, or it could be for your soul's development, or maybe your soul voluntarily signed up for this shit without you remembering. So, but just the fact that shit like this happens is very annoying, and it creates a lot of conflict. And no matter what, there's always gonna be bullshit thrown at you. And I've noticed this too. Someone even talked about it too in the spiritual community, and I believe it. No matter what, you're always gonna heal. There's always gonna be something that's gonna trigger you. Like you can heal all your wounds, right? But what life will do, or what God will do, God will throw more bullshit situations at your way, so He can heal even more. So you will never really stop healing. You're always at a healing journey, no matter what. You'll always be at a. Basically, you're always gonna be at. You're always going to experience pain, no matter what, and that's why I have a huge issue and problem with this realm having the human experience, because like there's always bullshit be thrown at you no matter what. This is why there's always conflict, and it's so annoying. Just the fact that time is speeding up too, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to reincarnate, because like I said before, there's always conflict, there's always some bullshit going on. Like, why would God decide to speed up time out of nowhere? This realm and this world's already stressful enough. There's already corruption going on. As human beings, we don't have access or knowledge to spiritual information like that. We don't know what's going on in the world. We don't know who's in control behind the scenes. We don't know why people are getting kidnapped. We don't know why we're being controlled by money. And now time is speeding up all of a sudden. You know how crazy that is? Like, think about it. It's proof. I can't explain it, but it's proof. The proof is right in front of us. The proof is that like time is speeding up. That's the only thing we know. Why is it that time is speeding up? That's proof that like spirituality is a real thing. That's proof that either God or some fucking entity or being is fucking with us to the point where they gotta speed up time. Now it's gonna create a lot more stressful environments. It could be a good thing too, depending how you look at it, because people may say when time speeds up, the society, the matrix system, the money system is going to collapse, because money can't keep up with time, because time is money. That's the purpose of money, to keep you stuck in time, so time can control you, and that's how you become enslaved. So I will get more into detail, but it's a long video, and I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't hesitate to tell me your comments or your own viewpoints about this world, and let me know. I'm out. Peace.